Hey, good afternoon. I just wanted to put together a small video for you today. I think several of you know that I'm a bee novice. This past summer, my grandsons and I put together a beehive, and we put a new nuke in that beehive, and right now they are thriving. They're actually doing so well, we had to put a second super on top. But we're getting ready for winter, and this will be my first winter dealing with a beehive. So I did a lot of reading online. My daughter-in-law got me a bee Bible book, easy for me to say, and reading articles, looking on the internet. Everybody had me scared to death about going into winter with my bees because there's two things that they say actually really affect them. One is moisture, and the other is diseases. And the biggest one is a thing called foul brood and also mites. And the mites are the ones that tend to, as I understand, kill off most beehives. So I looked at it and online and reading articles. As I said, there was a multitude of different processes that people do, from fumigating the hives to putting strips in the hives to spraying the bees. Some of them are with harsh chemicals, some of them are supposedly with natural chemicals. And after being thoroughly confused, I picked up the phone and I called my friend Gina at G&G Bees. Gina has been doing raising bees for I don't know how long, many, many years. She's an expert at it, probably has 20 or 30 hives, and says she's never lost any hives. And the reason for that is that she keeps her bees extremely healthy. Some people feed their bees, part of the year, some of the year. Gina feeds her bees year round. She also puts salt underneath the beehives, which keep grass from growing, but it also kills mites that fall through. If you're using a screen on the bottom of your hive, the mites fall through, they land in the salt, and they don't come back. The bees also eat the salt. But other than the salt and feeding the bees year round, she insulates her hive, which she and I discussed today, and I'm definitely going to insulate mine on the top of the hive. I'm going to take a pillowcase basically and stuff it with pine shavings and lay it in on the top of the hive so that it'll absorb moisture. But one of the things she does that really impressed me, and I think that's the way I'm going to go, matter of fact, I know that's the way I'm going to go, is she's created something, a healthy bee formula. And she feeds this to her bees. And it seems that that helps when the bees are producing young. Uh, these natural oils will fight off those diseases, kill off those mites. So it's something I'm going to use. And what I thought today was we would just go ahead and make a batch and then we'll feed the bees. And the idea is just feed it to them in the spring and a little during the summer and the fall going into winter. It really helps keep the bees healthy. It's simple ingredients. It's basically water, tea tree oil, um, a little wintergreen, some spearmint, and some lemongrass. So we'll make some of it up here real quick and easy. I went and purchased these at Fresh Times this morning. I spent, what did I spend? I spent $32 on these four ingredients. But I'm going to get online because, as I understand, you can buy these same ingredients, larger containers, at a much better price. So that's probably what I'm going to do. But anyhow, to get started, what I do is I take and get a 1 cup of water. I went ahead and measured this out. I'm going to use the Ninja Bullet. Some people will use just a regular blender. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to take 1 cup of water and I'm going to put it in here. I already measured that out. And then we're taking 10, this is the lemongrass. We're taking about 10 drops of lemongrass. Ten drops of lemongrass. A little stir. These are, you know, what they call essential oils. And then we're taking a teaspoon of spearmint. So this will be a little bit more of the spearmint. Shake. That smells pretty good too. Then we're gonna take, what is this one? This is the wintergreen, and we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of wintergreen. Yeah, it might be easier if it was a larger bottle where you could pour it versus having to shake the drops, but it works. Okay. And last but not least, we're going to do a teaspoon of tea tree oil. This is actually pretty popular. I think a lot of people use this for a lot of different things. It's antibacterial, antifungal, as I understand. And I've got 1 teaspoon of the tea tree oil. Now, we've all heard, all of our life, of course, oil and water don't mix. So what we're going to need to do, we're going to need to take this and they call it emulsify it. By taking it, you, like I say, you can use a Bullet Ninja, just a blender, whatever you want, for anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes. It should get milky in color. So let's see what happens. Okay. I think I've got this a little loose somehow or another here. Loosen this up. I don't know, somehow I'm not getting it on there straight. I think that's a little better. No, it's not. That's better. Okay, let's get it back on here. There we go. See what happens. Okay. You know, in a blender, I think you probably go, as I was told, 3 to 5 minutes. On something like this bullet, it's turning at such higher RPMs, I don't think we need to go near that length of time. What we're looking for is that good milky color, and we certainly have it. So what we're doing now, we've made that up, and we're going to make our mixture now. So let me get a sieve and a funnel. I want to change this stuff out here real quick, and then I'll come right back to you. Okay, we're back. What I wanted to do real quick is I'm going to show you how I mix it up. I think we're pretty well done with that for now. But what we're going to do is I went ahead, because this is going to be my formula bottle, Healthy Bee Concentrate. So I just took and put it on a container. I think I want to get some glass jars, maybe glass 1-gallon jars. But for now, I'm going to use these milk jugs. So what I did anyway, I put in here Healthy Bee Concentrate, and the mixture that we did of the essential oils, it says to combine this with 1/2 gallon of water. So what I've done is I've put a 1/2 gallon of water in here minus 1 cup. So I'm going to take it, my 1 cup, and I'm going to put it in here. So now we have our formula. I think I'm going to put this in the sink right now, but we'll wash it really, really good. Probably run it in the dishwasher as well. So we've made our formula, and then in order to use the product, what we need to do, because it really, once it's emulsified, it will mix with water quite easy. If you didn't have it emulsified, it would not mix with the water very well at all. So now that we've got our formula, what we're going to do is we're going to take a 1/2 cup of this formula, and we're going to put it in 1 gallon of, I've listed it, Healthy Bee Food 1-to-1 sugar ratio. So I've went ahead and I've mixed up 1 gallon 50-50 sugar and warm water. So over here on the side I've wrote, so I would have this for future, that I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of the concentrate here to 1 gallon of syrup. So I've got this already done. So now all I need to do is take a 1/2 cup of my formula, and I'm going to add it to my bee food. So we're pretty well done with that. I'm going to put a lid on it and give it a good shake. Oop, oop, oop. That's the reason I think I want to use a glass jar. But for now, what we've got is we've got a Healthy Bee formula, which I can keep in a cool, dry place and use this for months to come. And I've also got my Healthy Bee Food, which I'm going to put in the in a feeder today. So here in a little bit, I'll take the camera and we'll go down to the beehive, and I'll show you how I feed my bees. And my intention is, this is like the 12th, 13th, whatever of September. So I'm going to feed them this through the month of September, and then after that I'm not going to worry about them the rest of the winter. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed it. I think that we'll come back in a few minutes and we'll do the feeding of the bees. If this was helpful and you liked it, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe and also share it with your friends. But anyhow, I'm going to take a break now, get suited up, go down, and we're going to feed the bees. So see you shortly. Okay, I'm back. Now we're down here getting ready to feed the bees. So let me show you how I feed my bees. Take the cover off. Let me see if we can see this. We've got a inner cover, and then right there, those two jars. I take those jars out and I fill them up with the sugar water and put it back in. So we'll see how that works here real quick. Make sure you guys can see what we're doing. Pull this top cover off, kind of give them a little shake. It's kind of the middle of the afternoon, they're fairly calm. Take these jars, shake the bees off of them, and get them fly away. Open these up. Might as well do the other one at the same time. You can see how they've all landed on the jar and they're eating the last of the sugar water out of there. I take my healthy bee feeding solution now. Get that lid back on there. And pretty simple, as you turn them up, the small holes will leak a little water. I'm going to put them back in. I'm going to take and put this top screen back on there. See if I can do it without squishing any bees. Sometimes they want to hang around. That's back on. Keep our lid. That's back on. I've got a little strap that I put across just to make sure the wind don't blow and no critters get in here. Give it a little ratchet. And the bees have been fed. So that's about all there is to it. Like I said, if you enjoyed this, if it was helpful, give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and please subscribe. Have a great afternoon.